Yeah, this ain't no fucking Meek Mill shit. You wouldn't get barred. You know, you got the light-skinned guy beating up the dark-skinned guy when this shit that ever happened. And that's what we were talking about in the lobby. It ain't like that no more. Shit, if you diss one motherfucker in my camp, all us coming.
Right.
Don't have me telling when I used to put my finger in your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Niggas need to be saying that right now.
Exactly.
I'm confused.
It's confusing.
It's some new shit.
New shit, man.
But that's why they got to get the book.
Word. A lot of kids think that the first beefs you ever had was with Drake or with a French Montana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this go way on back. You've been doing this for a long time.
Oh yeah, my first beef was with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
That's correct. I heard tell of that, but I was like, man, that sounds like some bullshit. I don't believe that.
Yeah. No, that was
problem?
serious. See, that's why I tell people back then beef was real. You know what I'm saying? You get touched up real quick.
Yeah.
You know, this shit that's going on nowadays is like PG,
right?
You know, rated G. You know,
it's so safe.
Yeah. So I don't, you know, that's why I think it's funny. I mean, because you know when we had issues, you know, like for instance, you know they made the Dre Day, and I made Cowards in Compton get sprayed and dayed, and then yeah.
That's a lot right there.
That's a lot. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need to be fucking talking to Meek or something.
Yeah, you
gotta go hard. You can't just be playing with
he bullshitting.
Yeah.
You took you went straight at Compton, dog.
The whole shit.
God.
You know, and I fuck with dudes in Compton. I mean, it was like, hey, but then that's the whole difference. You know, that's the thing. And then
Cowards in Compton
get sprayed and dayed.
Cowards in Compton get sprayed and dayed. Cowards in Compton get sprayed and dayed.
And so now when, you know, the crazy part about it, then when we seen them dudes, and I talk about it in the book.
Because they came to
Atlanta. Yeah, don't come down south and be talking about you got beef. It's like, you know, you got Mr. Canada coming to the United States. He's got to get touched up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had to touch them boys up.
Right.
And then once we touched them up, it became, you know, wasn't no more beef. These niggas ain't nothing to play with, right? It ain't serious. So, again, you know, we've had our interest in sagas, but that was back then. You know, me and Snoop, we cool right now.
Cool.
Yeah, everything is good.
But y'all actually got physical with Snoop and
Oh yeah, you gotta read the book.
I'm finna go get that shit today.
No,
oh my God.
No, man.
Snoop is the friendliest nigga, man.
No, when you make Luke getting fucked on the record.
This my homie Dre can't be touched.
Luke's bending over,
so Luke's getting stuck. Buster
musta thought I was sleazy. I thought I was a mark, cause I used to hang with Easy.
Then you gotta get touched up.
What? Yeah, that's a lie.
With my sack on your tonsil, while you're on stage rapping at your whack ass concert.
And I'ma snatch your ass from the backside to show you how Death Row pull off that hoop ride.
Now you might not understand me,
cause I'ma rob you in Compton and blast you in Miami.
That's why I did this book, you know, the book of Luke. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of things going on back then. I mean, Sharon Showcase and all those different places. You know, I made one of my songs, Bankhead Bounce, based off a dance that they were doing up in in the A. So, you know, you know, when people read it, they're gonna hear how the South was really born.
Right.
You know, because a lot of people got it all twisted. They thought it was all what you hear right now. You know, when I was young and had started my record company, man, we used to roll up in Atlanta and the radio station was playing all New York music. No Southern nothing.
It wasn't even like that?
No, man. No, it was, hey, that's why I tell people, you know, we, you know, pretty much started the whole Southern hip hop scene, and we used to go down there, and, you know, I used to tell people stand up on that, you know, because it was crazy.
But how did you switch the game up to the point where they just started like playing your stuff and everything? Because you made a real movement without a Twitter, without a Facebook, without a Instagram. You know what I'm saying? This is just off the muscle. How did word get out?
Straight underground. I mean, that's and that's why, you know, when I talk about in the book how we started, you know, from, you know, selling the records out of the trunk of my car, going to the pressing plant, pressing my own records, you know, distributing my own records, going, you know, from car to car, door to door, you know, to let people know, you know, hey, sell the record, you know, going to Atlanta, you know, doing you know, Jack the Rapper, doing all the conventions, coming up in New York and doing conventions and, you know, just letting the word go out. But then a lot of kids started getting the music, started taking it back to their colleges, wherever they was at.
Wow.
And they started, you know, they became my promotional people. You know, and that's how, you know, I explained that in the book, and they let people know, nah, this is our shit from in the South. You know, so it just started taking off, and one thing led to the next. You know, the South started getting big, and then we started doing what we had to do.
So that formula still works right now, man. Giving the music to the college kids.
Yeah.
If you get the college kids, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to wild out, have sex, and all that anyway.
Yeah.
You get them, you can pop off.
Yeah, just imagine a college kid, you know, taking, hey, this our shit from Miami. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we want some pussy. You know, they put that on, then, you know, that just stops
Right
the
to
whole
the
room.
point. Yeah.
Automatically stop the whole room. And, you know, that's how I put records out and got records on. And then before you know it, then now I'm caught in court, you know, going to jail for doing those records.
What president was in office at that time?
At that time, it was Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Was he the one that was putting out the ban on you?
Well, no, it was actually all these different municipalities. You know, you had like, in the state of Florida, Bob Martinez. Then you had different municipalities. I would go in Cincinnati. You know, they would have police chief and all that standing outside the concerts. You know, but I ended up, you know, in federal court because of Broward County. They took my records off the shelf, and then they deemed my music to be obscene. So then I was like, fuck it. You know, y'all say that, but I'm gonna go do a concert. And then I went and did a concert, went to jail, you know, while I was still fighting. You know, so, you know, in the book I talk about all that, going to the Supreme Court for the music.
Our record is a year old, but with all the publicity, there's a lot of people, curiosity is aroused. We're selling records to a totally different audience. I take the precaution that
you know, getting records banned, how the South was built, you name it. It was, you know, all the beefs that I had to deal with, so. You know,
and so okay.
No, it's so much.
This is juicy, man.
The book, you got to
How long
read
is
the
the book?
book. The book is 360 pages.
Okay, all right.
Man, there's a lot of
so
shit.
it's gonna be a part two too? It don't seem like that's enough. All the shit you gotta tell me.
It's a lot of things in that book people don't realize. I mean, even when we was going through this free speech thing, you know, fighting for hip hop, you know, how many dudes that did not come to our aid, and how many people who came out against us. You know, Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play and all them, they were big at the time. They'd get on TV and be like, fuck them niggas. They shouldn't even be in hip hop. You know, and Russell Simmons and all them different people, they wasn't supporting us. Only person who supported me was Bruce Springsteen, white dude.
What?
Yep, that's when they let me do Band in
the USA.
Yeah. So people will learn about all that in the book.
Right.
You know, they don't know the history. They don't know how I created Southern hip hop.
Word.
They don't know I went to jail for this music. They don't know the backstories of Two Live Crew. They don't even realize that when I first started, you know, with the group, how I got in the group, you know, it was all of us starting this one company, and then them dudes, you know, start, you know, tricking off their money and start fucking with girls and all that, and they didn't want to had no parts of wanting to own no company. So they need people, you know, it's a lot of backstories that people don't know. So I'm happy because nobody give me credit for nothing.
Okay.
But I get that book is gonna let them all know.
I think I see where you're going with this, dog. Hey, this sound like you setting up the movie, just like they just did the Straight Outta Compton thing.
I'm coming straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
You know, told this story. Is that something that we can look forward to out of this book right here?
I think it sets up so many different things, you know, when you read it. And
they gotta see your story. They gotta see it.
They gotta see the story because it's crazy, right? Because you know, we go just like any other company. We shop things around, movies, books, not necessarily books, but movies and documentaries. And people be like, "What we gonna do a documentary on you for?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you tripping?
Is you fucking crazy?"
Right?
Who
So
is this
then
nigga?
it's like, okay, well, you know what? I need to do a book because ain't nobody telling my story. So they need to hear first quarter. And so everybody that reads the book be totally amazed, and they be all fucked up mentally that, okay, now I get all this, now I get that. I didn't know you created that parental advisory sticker. I didn't know you did this. I didn't know you discovered Pitbull. I didn't know you discovered Trick Dad. All that. I mean, so people be totally amazed at how I did it and what I did.
Man, you know you got to do unsung, right?
Huh?
You know you got to do unsung, right?
Oh man, that ain't enough time. What is it, like 30 minutes on TV?
It's an hour.
Yeah, an hour, but totally 35 minutes.
Hey, so with that being said, you gonna have the first two-parter.
Yeah, it definitely need that.
Hey man, hey look, we need to make some phone calls and make that happen, dog.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in doing that?
Hey man,
I know a couple people.
That'd be interesting. I think
that's just to set it up once again, to set this situation up.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Set that movie up.
I'm open to whatever. You know, I talked to the people at song.
Okay.
But then they wanted to do a 2 Live Crew story.
Right.
And I'm like, Luke Records and everything that I did is bigger than just 2 Live Crew. I ain't got no problem, do your 2 Live Crew one, but we're talking about 2 Live Crew, Pitbull, Poison Clan, Southern hip hop. We talk going to court, Supreme Court, you know what I'm saying, getting banned. I mean, it's bigger than that. So when they stepped to me about doing a 2 Live, I said, if y'all want to do that, fine, but that's not gonna be a Luke.
And it's funny that you said that. Why did you and 2 Live Crew, disband? Because I seen one of the dudes when I first started doing stand up at the Miami Improv. And I forget what his name is.
Probably Marquise.
Marquise, yeah. He does stand up now. But what happened? Why was y'all getting along? Did everybody want to be Uncle Luke?